Eyewitness testimony can make or break a criminal case. But it's not always reliable, especially when memory is tested too late, too often, or under suggestive conditions. Cognitive psychologist John Wixted says there's a better way.
Eyewitness memory matters for achieving true justice because to make society a better place, it's essential to put the guilty in prison when they commit severe crimes, but also protect the innocent, not putting them in prison for crimes they didn't commit. And memory can be used for that purpose if you use it the right way.
Wixted's research is changing how we understand eyewitness memory and use it in courts. Like other kinds of evidence, it's strongest before it's been tampered with.
People already understand the point that I'm making in a different context, the context of forensic evidence. Everybody knows that forensic DNA and forensic fingerprints can be contaminated. That's why the police get there right away and they cordon off the crime scene with yellow tape. They don't want anything getting contaminated because they know that reliable information comes from analyzing uncontaminated forensic evidence.
The solution, Wixted says, is to test memory early, test it fairly, and test it only once.
If that person's innocent, it's the first time the witness is laying eyes on him, and that's how he gets into the witness's memory. In addition, it's important to run the test properly. There's been a lot of research on the best way to test a witness's memory, like to use a lineup. Witnesses tend to reject the lineup when it's an innocent person. That is, they basically say that suspect in the photo lineup is innocent. They provide evidence of innocence for an innocent person. And at the same time, if it's a guilty person, they will often immediately and confidently say, that's the guy I saw commit the crime 3 days ago. And they're usually right when they say that.
And the witness's confidence, turns out that matters too, if it's recorded at the right moment.
What you see in wrongful convictions of the innocent is the witness didn't confidently identify them on the first test, and nobody paid attention to it. And that's what went wrong, much more so than eyewitness memory's unreliable.
All this comes from basic science, years of curiosity-driven research into how memory and confidence interact.
That's how it is. That's how basic science is. You can't really predict. And I would have predicted this isn't going to help anybody, but it's useful to know how memory works because, you don't know where it's going to take you.
It took him to the courtroom and to helping exonerate people wrongfully convicted based on eyewitness memory. Wixted's work has also helped make sure that the right perpetrator is arrested in the first place by helping police conduct lineups better. But that kind of research doesn't happen without support.
If somebody asked, does federal funding matter for justice? My answer would be, I'm a living example of why it does. Because the research that I conducted that has culminated in these changes to the legal system all these years later, it's basic science research on how memory works. That's why you need federal funding to help write the encyclopedia of knowledge. So then when you do need it, you can pull it off the shelf.